checking my DMs, and I had someone ask me today to help them once and for all get rid of a couple of phobias that they had, and we were actually able to do that. So let's go ahead right now, let's go ahead and do that, all right? So we have three things. One is acrophobia, nyctophobia, and philophobia, okay? This is gonna be the fear of heights, the fear of the dark, and the fear of love. And a lot of people have a fear of falling in love, all right? How do we actually do this? A lot of times, different psychologists, different therapists, really good people, and I know them, really good people, but I argue with them in this area because they are trained to, let's just say you have a weed in your garden. They're trained to clip the leaves off the top of the weeds, but they're not trained to get down to the root of the problem. And a lot of times through life, we want to tap dance and we want to not break any ice. You know, let's go ahead, let's get real for once. Let's have what we call a conqueror mindset, and let's stop playing around with this thing. We can tap dance all we want to, but we're going to go back and we're going to be in some antidepressants, okay? Antidepressants is what's actually used to go ahead and combat and to cope with fear, okay? You can see people from all over the place saying, oh, I got some antidepressants, and they'll write you a prescription. Very quick, they'll write you a prescription, and you're going to go along your way, and you're going to be sick later. You're going to have dizziness, you're going to have performance issues in other areas that you don't want to have because you're on an antidepressant. When in reality, instead of a coping mechanism, which society is teaching us to do, get a little fidget, go ahead and do this, go there, let's stop coping and let's start conquering, okay? And how do we do that? Here we go. All right, so with the fear of the dark, are you afraid of the dark really? The answer is no. No one in the world is afraid of the dark. No one. Show me someone who's afraid of heights. No one's afraid of heights. And show me someone who's actually afraid of falling in love. It's not true. Now, society may have told you that this is a fear. Maybe you believe it in your own mind, but it's actually not true. Are you afraid of heights? No, you can't be. It's impossible. No, you're afraid of falling, but you're not afraid of heights. So you could be afraid of falling, but you're not afraid of heights. So we're going to eliminate that fear right now. Are you afraid of the dark? The answer is no, you're not afraid of the dark. You might be afraid of what's in the dark, but you're not afraid of the dark itself. And are you afraid of actually falling in love with someone? Is that a fear? No, that's not a fear. That's not a fear at all. You're not afraid of falling in love. You're afraid of, say, getting your heart broken. And this is one of the things that we have to look at. We have to change the way that we see things. And the only way that you can change your perception and your perspective is to change the way that you see yourself in the world. That's it. So in order to treat a fear, you have to realize that fear doesn't exist, but it does exist in the minds of people who believe in it. There's an old saying back in the day, say, the only thing to fear is fear itself. People agreed with that and they start clapping. Who agrees with that? See, because a lot of people, they don't listen to the words. So I want us to really pay attention to how we speak to ourselves, what we think we're afraid of versus what it really could be. The only difference between fear and excitement is the way that you think. That's it. So are you afraid of heights? No. You might be afraid of falling. And is that really a fear or is that just a caution? You know, we have to kind of change the way we look at things. Look at our past experiences and pull this thing out from the root. Let's stop giving ourselves antidepressants for something that we can actually conquer. Let's stop coping and let's start conquering.